10x, 100x, 1000x. Today, I'm going to show you how to get high probability financial freedom, how to become a crypto millionaire. I'm going to show you what your eyes cannot normally see, because once you see what I'm about to show you, it's going to change your level and take you to a new stratosphere. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jiggy. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008. Normally focused on trading currencies, but now exclusive on crypto. So let's dive straight in. All right, we're going to use a case study of WagyuSwap. WagyuSwap is flying. It is flying. If you've been looking at the price action, man, it has been going all-time new highs. It is amazing, right? It was done like an 80x from IDO, did a correction, and now it's on like a 200, 300x from IDO price. It is flying. It's gone live onto the Valas blockchain. The APYs for yield farming are crazy. 21,000%. I know it's dropped down to like 10,000% thereabouts, but it's phenomenal. But what I want to bring to your attention now, because we're going to be having high probability financial freedom, how to become a crypto millionaire in this bull run, not the next bull run, in this bull run, and then we'll prepare for the next bull run, and then we can take it to a whole new level. This is where you make your money, my friends. When everyone is not talking about the project. There was a period where WagyuSwap was under the radar. No one was talking about it. Even the token unlocked, there was a massive sell-off, and it even went to down here. Most people get involved up here, which is important. That's going to be important. That's going to drive price, but that's FOMO, man. You're not going to make the big gains over here. You're going to be making the big gains when you're buying, when everyone else is selling, when no one's watching, when the news is low. So look, this video here I made on, I think it was the 12th of September, and the title was on WagyuSwap. This was in September, where I said WagyuSwap, the first DEX, or the first decentralized exchange on the Valas blockchain. Is it time to get in before all the hype? Look, people, the title, when was it? The 12th of September, right? And what do we say in the video? Well, normally, if you haven't taken my Fibonacci and Elliott Wave masterclass, it's in the link below, but we show you how to teach and show you how to read the markets, the psychology. And normally what happens, more often than not, is a 5-wave sequence to the upside and then a 3-wave correction, right? And we said, look, if a 3-wave correction occurs, and I literally say it in the video, it may go down below 30 cents to even 20 cents. And that'd be a great buying opportunity. Why? Because in the same video, I said, this is what we anticipate. Look, the same video on the 12th of September, we said, look, if we get a 3-wave correction, anticipate a wave 3. A wave 3. The big money is made in the big moves, right? Boom. We want high probability financial freedom. Most people are looking for these little tiny moves in and out of the market. No, we want to be patient. Let the market do what it's going to do. So what we want to also do, right, take all of the information and use it in our favor. We want to take the psychology of the market, just buying and selling behavior, but then we can take in business fundamentals. What's happening with the project? What's the roadmap looking like? So we knew in the video, we can combine technicals with fundamentals. That is the first DEX on the Valas blockchain. And I said it in the video. Valas Pad, which is run by the Bluezilla team, is going to be launching more and more projects onto the Valas blockchain, which is going to be using WagyuSwap. Guess what? The first one's happening today. On the 4th of November, BitOrbit is launching on Valas Pad, and guess what DEX they're using? Is WagyuSwap, right? WagyuSwap is the equivalent of PancakeSwap. Brilliant user experience, fast, it's cheap, and it's run by the Bluezilla team. First undercover Uniswap is WagyuSwap. That's what we said. And first DEX, right? So this is where you make your money, when the market is down. Not when the hype train has started. We want to get in before the hype. So what happened? I've just kind of backtracked the data. We was anticipating an A, B, C. It did end up being a complex correction, a D and an E, and the correction happened down here. How long did it take? It took 4 weeks. Like, Chikia, what, 4 weeks? I'm supposed to wait 4 weeks? I'm like, hey, it's what the pros do. When the hype train hasn't begun, we can just wait. And there was even a countdown timer that said, look, WagyuSwap's launching in 7 days, in 3 days, in 2 days, in 1 day. When it launched, what happened? Well, we projected these price targets. So with Fibonacci and Elliott Wave, you can read the psychology of the market, and every wave has a relationship to the next wave. And there's high probability targets that you can anticipate where the market will go to. So we did this in advance. You said, look, the next two price targets is 1.618, which is the Fibonacci golden mean ratio, 1.618 price extension of wave one. Here's a price target, and then the overextended wave is 2.618. And guess what happened? Bang. Look at this, people. Beautiful. You got some resistance at the 1.618, a little correction, and then bang, right? So the big money is made in the big moves, but you want to be on the train, on the rocket before it takes off. We do not want to be chasing the train, right? Now people are chasing the train. Like after this move happens, like I hate it when people say, "JK, can you look at this project?" I go, "Yeah, no problem. I'll bring up the chart." And this price movement's happened. I'm like, bring it to me when it's down here, like when no one's talking about it, before the train takes off, right? That's what we want to take into account. Also, just with WagyuSwap, because we're using that as a case study, the market cap is still under 100 million. And the competitor in terms of the comparison is Uniswap. And Uniswap is over $15 billion market cap. So WagyuSwap is not even 10%, it's not even $1 billion. It's not even 1% of 100 million. It's not even like 150 million yet. So WagyuSwap still got a long way to go. But I want to kind of get the picture across that the big money is made in the big moves. So recently, here we go. I got a quote from Charlie Munger, the business partner of Warren Buffett. The big money is not in the buying and selling, but in the waiting. But timing is key. We want to be looking for those wave twos. If you're taking my Fibonacci and Ellie Wave masterclass in the link below, you will know about wave twos. Wave twos is one of the best times, lowest risk, highest risk reward ratio that you can buy when it market moves up and does its first pullback. And then there's a really great buying opportunity. So what's some of the other projects that I brought to your attention? Because I'm listening to your questions. I'm looking at your comments. I reply to every single comment on YouTube, or I'll do my best to. Sometimes YouTube bans them. I don't know if there's certain words that it doesn't like with its algorithm. But if it shows, I reply. Be like, you get what's happening with CrossWallet or in CrossSwap? The price is going down. Should I sell? Should I buy more? Relax, people. Relax, right? We want to see what is the project doing. So what we said in the video, right, is, I brought CrossSwap in your attention when it was around down here. It's done this beautiful move up. Then we said in the video, we should anticipate this kind of correction, ABC. And now it's formed into a longer ABC correction. But now I'm telling you ahead of time, because this is today's chart. Like WagyuSwap, a nice move up, a big correction, a move up, and then a longer correction. That's like an ABC wave two. I was anticipating it was going to be here, but actually as it unfolded, because we only do probabilities, never certainties. So important. As soon as you know you're certain about a project, you're going to overexpose yourself, and then you've lost the game. We want to always know anything can happen in the game. So it's always probabilities, never certainties. But the high probability outcome is that the market's going to pull back to around this zone here, this price zone. What is the price zone? It's around 35 cents, give or take, 35 cents. But guess what's going to likely happen next? Well, I said this in the video. This is what I said on October 30th. I said, look, guys, we've had this nice move up, and then we've had this correction. We should anticipate a continuation, but the correction looks like it's extended. So now we're anticipating this big move up. So as it stands today, this is what I'm anticipating, a 1.618 to 2.618. If you're familiar with my courses now, once you take my masterclass, you can buy my courses running at a big discount at the moment, and you'll get invited to my private Telegram group where you'll get a exclusive invite and you get premier access to this stuff. Oh, by the way, I've just started Instagram. My team's working hard on Instagram. We're kind of playing around with, a lot of people want to know a bit more about your gear. So there's a link below. Instagram, if you want to follow me on Instagram, is in the link below. We're doing some quirky stuff over there. So we've got this wave one, wave two, and then we're expecting this wave three. So we're expecting, $1.20 to $1.75 with CrossSwap. But what's the fundamentals, people? Well, a revolutionary DEX, but it's run and incubated by the Bluezilla team, and they have that connection with the Bluezilla team. What has the Bluezilla team just done? Well, they've successfully launched WagyuSwap on the Valas blockchain, which is flying. They are learning. They are listening. What went well with WagyuSwap? What didn't go so well with WagyuSwap? We're going to apply that to CrossSwap. But what is CrossSwap? It's a DEX aggregator, an automated market maker and a DEX aggregator, meaning it's going to link in with other blockchains and other DEXs. So CrossSwap, I haven't read this. This is just my assumption because it's part of the same ecosystem. It's going to link in with WagyuSwap. It's going to link in with AstroSwap for the Cardano blockchain. It's going to have its native chain or native DEX on the Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum with the Ethereum bridge. And then other blockchains that it's working with is just going to plug in. That's a very big deal, and they're solving a big problem for new projects launching on blockchains, right? Because they got massive experience with all the problems with people launching new projects, and there are many problems, and they've basically built CrossSwap like that. When is it due to launch? This quarter. I'm guessing November. It's November to December, but I'm guessing in November. It's seeming hot, but people are saying, yeah, there's no announcements. The CrossSwap team's quiet. What's happening? What's happening? I'm going, hello. The hype train has not begun yet. Brazilla are kings of marketing. So, like, just look at what's happened with WagyuSwap. That's the case study, people. So now is like, whilst it's quiet, whilst the DEX hasn't gone live, version 1 is due to go live this quarter, and I'm anticipating this month. Once it goes live and the countdown timer starts, and then it actually goes live, and they're gonna have the staking rewards and the LP rewards and because they're gonna have 50% of all staking fees go back to the CrossSwap token holders and stakers. Once you do the math, man, the token's going to explode. So we need to have perspective on where is the stage of the project. So when it's now pulling back to 35 cents, 32 cents, or whatever it is, hey, it's not the time to cry. It's the time to stay quiet and load your bags. Load your bags. Only probabilities, never certainties. But if you do this approach consistently, then you're going to win, right? Because we want high probability financial freedom. We want to become crypto millionaires. You want to become a crypto millionaire. You want a high probability financial freedom. You just have to know that the big money is made in the big moves. So when a correction is occurring, wave 2 corrections are healthy. After a sprint, the market needs a correction. Another one that I brought you not that long ago, CrossWallet. Now I brought it to your attention around here. It had this nice price movement, started making all-time new highs. But I said perspective, people. I did another video follow-up because people were like, did you ever miss the boat, ever miss the train? I go, man, people, look at the bigger picture here. They haven't even launched their version 1 of the product yet, which is due to launch this quarter. Now they've announced, they started to have announcements on we are going to educate you on how to use CrossWallet. In my mind, I go, that's a clue. That means the project's close. That means it's probably going to be in November. This quarter, November, they were going to launch their app in the iOS and the Android store in quarter 1 of 2022, but they brought it forward, so that's probably going to launch this. So the DApp on the, in your browsers and then on your phones as well. So on the 14th of October, I said, people, perspective, look at the price. And people go, there is no price. I go, yeah, it is, because I've zoomed it out and the price is down here. This is where today's price is, right? We are expecting, a 200x with this because the competitor is TrustWallet. And TrustWallet is like a 400 million market cap. And CrossWallet is, I don't know, according to CoinMarketCap, it's like less than 10 million. I think it's like 6 or 5 million market cap. So I gave you a perspective. I said, look, this is what we're expecting, right? Which will dilute, it just kind of puts it into perspective of what this current price action is. And that happens with all crypto projects. I did this video. Again, I said expect an ABC correction and market move to the upside. But we've had an extended ABC correction. Because with Elliott Wave, you have to be a bit flexible because the market ultimately decides where the psychology is. And when I looked at it recently, I go, actually, it looks more like a wave 1. And then now ABC correction is a flat because it doesn't go here. That's a bullish sign. And it started to make all-time new highs again. It broke this previous high. I brought this to your attention when it was down here, by the way, right? And that's important because it was off the radar. I'm like, how is CrossWallet, like it was something like 0.015 or something like that. I was like, how is it that low? It's because people aren't talking about it. The marketing hasn't started. The project's due to launch, but it's not the focus right now. They're just in the back end building, working. They're just doing the just getting the product ready, But now these new announcements are coming out. So now people are like, okay, it's gonna launch soon. So what is the fundamentals? The fundamentals is, well, CrossWallet, the crypto wallet to rule them all. I have a lot of students and they go, Jiggy, how do I get set up on Solana? How do I get set up on Valus? How do I get set up on Avalanche, on Matic, on how do I get set up on Luna, Terra Luna? How do I get set up on Binance Smart Chain? It's a headache, right? How do I get set up on Tron? Right? Well, CrossWallet is to say, right, we understand your pain. We're just going to create one interface that connects to everything. But guess what? It's also connected into CrossSwap. So it's not only a wallet, it's a DEX all in one. So it's cross-chain wallet, cross-chain DEX all in one. When is it due to launch? This quarter. What happened with WagyuSwap when it launched? It flew, right? It flew. It went from like 20 cents to like $3 in the space of a few weeks. So how do you become, or how do you get high probability financial freedom and a crypto millionaire, become a crypto millionaire? Is to understand the game. You cannot expect the market just to keep going up instantly. It bothers me when people ask those low level amateur questions. I'm going, right, I'm going to have to up my level of educating people. I'm like, look, people, breathe. It's okay for the market to go up and go down, up and down. Usain Bolt doesn't do back-to-back races. He does the race, 100-meter sprint, and then he has like a few weeks rest. We have some training in between, and then it's the next event. It takes a breather, a rest period. That's the same with these markets. We got to let them rest. Here, it's a nice sprint. We got to let it rest. Let it rest. Now it's ready to do its next sprint. Look, it started its sprint already with CrossWallet, and it's likely to continue to sprint to the 1.618, to the 2.618. And, if you've taken my classes and my courses, I got a free Elliott Wave Fibonacci masterclass in the link below. I spent a lot of time just simplifying the basics, just really, really simplifying it. But these are the common price targets. So it's very, very highly probable it's going to get to 10 to 15 cents. So that's still like a 3-4x from where it is today. So it's still early, still very early. But in the grand scheme of things, it's likely to get to $2. It's likely to get to $35 over the course. I don't know if $35, maybe not this bull run, but $2.50, like $2.70 this bull run. Like that's highly probable looking at what CrossWallet does, and what other problems are. Because if you have to, like, sometimes you're forced to use Solana for the first time because, I don't know, there's a project and it's only on Solana, and then you have to use the Radium DEX, and you go, oh man, just a whole new learning experience. And then you're forced to use the Terra Luna blockchain for the first time, and then you go, all right, I need a Terra Luna. Then you have to use Polkadot, and then you have to use the Polkadot wallet, and all of them have different nuances. Then you're forced to use Tron because there's a project that you want. Let's say it's Tron pad tokens, and you have to stake them on the Tron blockchain. You go, oh, it's a headache, right? Well, this is the problem that they're solving. So once it goes live, geez, and the rewards, if you read the tokenomics of CrossSwap, which bakes into CrossWallet, it's going to be integrated. All projects that are linking with CrossWallet, they're going to get CrossSwap tokens for stakers. They're going to get rewarded. And also CrossSwap, 50% of all fees goes back to the stakers. And when you see the gravitas, the size of the project, it's $1 billion project. You go, okay, guys, I'm happy waiting a few weeks, like 6 to 12 weeks we're talking. Most of the money in the bull market is made in the last 20% in time, right? We want to know that. I brought another project to your attention, like yesterday, and I don't think people get it. And I'm like, am I not making myself clear? Do I need to make myself clearer? I'm like, I don't get what people are not getting. So Creator, right, under the radar, I did this IDO, it was at 10 cents. It went to, I don't know, I think 80 cents or something, and it pulled right away back down to like 20, 30 cents, and it's currently around 30 cents. It's like 2-3x from IDO price. What is Creator? Well, I said it in the video, I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, low cap gem with 100x potential, with its own launchpad and NFT marketplace launching in November. So it's got its own chain built on Substrate with Polkadot, links in with Binance Smart Chain Ethereum, so it's EVM compatible. It's run by the CTR token, so it's on PancakeSwap, it's on Uniswap, it's on Gate.io, so it's relatively simple to buy. Still very low market cap, under 5 million, I believe, or thereabouts. But what's happening from a fundamentals perspective? Well, it's been under the radar. The hype train hasn't begun, but it's about to start. So when do you want to get onto the train? Once the rocket has taken off and you're chasing, or you kind of get onto the train early. It might do a bit of pullback, 20%, 50%. Yeah, but we're not amateurs. We're okay with that. Usain Bolt needs a breather, but we know he's going to perform in the next quarterfinals. And then when it comes to the semifinals, he's going to perform even better. And when it comes to the Olympic finals, he's going to perform even better, right? That's the kind of faith we want to have in the project. So we're going to need to understand some of the fundamentals, that these projects have legs, that they've got big backers and VCs behind them. V2 Labs is behind this, and Master Ventures is invested in this. There's Medium articles that say why we invested in this, because blockchain is new. But the innovation in computing, just overall, in coders, is amazing. But a lot of people are not familiar with blockchain, smart contracts. So the blockchain as a service chain, you create a chain, allows you to do no code smart contracts. So it's almost like plug and play. Yep, I need that, click done, right? No code. That's a big thing. It's a big deal. And low code, decentralized application building on their chain. Low code, meaning that you can operate with the blockchain with basic technical knowledge, right? But what's happening with Creator? Why do I bring it to your attention now? Well, the price is really low, first of all, really low. I'm going to show you the price in a second. But what they're doing is they're launching their own launchpad, right? Now, I've been reading every single one of their Telegram articles. When I heard launchpad, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I got to pay attention. And then I saw there was another article on Dragonland, which is their play to earn game. It's going to be the first IDO. They said we are launching on Coinstarter. And I'm like, well, I know they're launching on the Creator launchpad, which hasn't been announced yet. So it must be Coinstarter. And then only the other day, I think 2 days ago, they said they officially announced Coinstarter, which you need CTR creator tokens to get your membership, right? That's the utility. They're adding more utility to the token, right? So if you want your tiered membership, you have to stake it on their governance protocol and you'll get your membership, you'll get access to the IDO. So it's like a Bluezilla type launch pad, like a Tron pad or ETH pad or an ADA pad or a Valas pad, but for their own chain, right? So they're incubating projects and they've got their own NFT marketplace, right? Which is like an OpenSea running on their chain. And guess what? Initial NFT offerings is a very big deal right now, but the gas fees are extortionate. I just read, someone emailed me today, said NFT launch have said they are pausing all projects because they listen to the community and they realize that the gas fees on Ethereum are just extortionate right now. Like for instance, I was going to buy a Gosper this morning and I got 30 Gospers already. But I was going to buy another Gosper because they were running at like 0.04 Ethereum, which is lower than the IDO or INO price. But the gas fees were equal to the price of the Gosper. I'm like, man, that's symbolic. And then you've got the minting of the Gospers any of the NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. Man, they charged me $2,000 to mint 35 Gospers. So the NFT launch have noticed that and they said we're pausing it. So my guess is they're going to move to a new chain, probably Immutable X or create their own chain. There's different ways of doing it. But the reason I bring that to your attention is Marana is built on the creator chain, where there's not going to be high gas fees, right? So that's going to be a competitive edge. That's a very big deal. So now we're looking at fundamentals. Fundamentally, creator, blockchain as a service, in DeFi, in NFTs. Now they got their launchpad launching, where you need creator tokens. They got their Marana marketplace for NFTs launching, which you're going to need creator tokens, and people with creator tokens are going to get special privileges like private sales, and they got their first IDO announced. So a lot of things happening. So this is the part that annoys me, right? So if you take my masterclass, take one of my courses, you get invited to my private Telegram group, and you get premier access to this content. Before it goes to YouTube, to everyone on YouTube, people, whether it's 10 minutes or whether it's a few hours, people get premier access. And people would have got access around here, give or take, and with Creator, the price went up, went down, went up, and it is where it is. And people are asking, yeah, have I missed the boat? Have I missed the train? I'm like, Jesus Christ. Zoom out, man. Zoom out. Has Coins Kid. He says it. He said, if in doubt, zoom out. I think that's what he says. Right? I haven't watched this stuff for a while, but I like his sayings. If in doubt, zoom out. So when we zoom out, we go, oh, this is just a trend reversal. This is, it's called an overbalance of price. An overbalance of price basically means the biggest upward movement of a price that's bigger than any other previous price movement, right? So this price movement and this price movement, well, this one's bigger. So this is a very clean, obvious signal that there's a trend reversal. The trend's been going down, 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 down. I've been watching this and I'm like, wow, this is incredible. That is so undervalued right now. But they are launching their launchpad. So I'm like, okay, I'm paying attention. Then they've built it all already. So it's launching this month. First half of November is Marana with the INO happening with Dragonland, the play to earn game. And then the second half is going to be the Coinstarter to launch the IDO, also known as an IGO, of Dragonland play to earn game. And this is in line with that news announcement. But what am I seeing? The same as WagyuSwap, because we want high probability financial freedom. We do probabilities here, never certainties. I know I'm just going to keep repeating it because it annoys me when people are like, did you get the price went up, price went down? I'm going, yeah. One of my team members, he says, no shit, Sherlock. That's what he says. He says, no shit, Sherlock. He says, yeah, that's natural movement. After a sprint, guess what? You built up something called an oxygen debt, and you have lactic acid and your body needs to recover. So you need to rest, you need a breather. So we just done a sprint, we need a bit of a breather. So what am I seeing happening next with Creator? Well, over the next 4 to 6 weeks, this is what I'm anticipating, right? So I'm in a rush with Creator. I go, no. I'm going, I want to see a $2 price with Creator. When I brought it to your attention, it was around 20, 30 cents. It was under 50 cents for sure. And it was around down here. But now you can see with a bit of vision, you can kind of go, yeah, but you might go, yeah, but you get what's fundamentally going to drive the price. Well, I go, supply and demand is human psychology. So if you want to participate in Dragonland, right, which is IDOs happening in the second half, guess what? You're going to need CTR tokens. They're going to announce the tiered memberships. By the way, Master Ventures, Kyle Chase, who's on their advisory board, as in he's the founder of Paid Ignition, which is the launchpad, a very successful launchpad. He's on the board of Creator. So they've got people with experience with launchpads, and they've been watching what's happening in the ecosystem, so they're understanding what's happening, what's working. Hence, they want to bring more attention, more marketing to the Creator chain. Well, use our low code or no code smart contracts and low code DApp contracts to build your or DApp applications or DApps, and then we will launch a market for you on Coinstarter. And if you got NFTs, we can host them, flip them, sell them, give private sales on Marana, right? So now we've got these massive things happening where Dragonland is launching on Coinstarter. You need CTR tokens. Dragonland's INO's initial NFT offerings in boxes is going to launch on Marana this month over the next 2 weeks, I believe it is. I think they said 18th, if I remember correctly. So there you have it. So you got technicals lining up with fundamentals. And what we're doing here for high probability financial freedom, high probability becoming a crypto millionaire, whatever you're starting with, because the markets, the last 20% of the markets, if you look at what happened in 2017, is where 80% of the gains are made, right? And you want to get into the party early. You want to be set. Like when the price is like this down here, look at this, right? This is embarrassingly low, right? But everything that is high today, once upon a time was low like this. And you are at the stage where you're watching this and you're saying, and you're seeing it's low. It's under 3 million or under 10 million market cap. I think it's even under 5 million market cap. But Creator is a chain, right? So it's a chain. It's a solution, it's a platform built on Polkadot, and it links in. So people are going to use that as a chain with a launchpad, with an NFT marketplace. So there's a lot of utility. The fees that the Creator chain is going to charge, 70% of them, the fees go back to the stakers, and then 30% go back to the treasury to run the DAO, the decentralized autonomous organization, which is the kind of vision for most projects to become a DAO. So what am I saying here? What are you seeing here? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because sometimes I don't think people see what I see, and I'm like, how do I make it clearer? Like, how do I make it clearer? I know I need to make it as clear as possible so an 8-year-old would understand it, but I'm hoping this is making sense. I'm going, look, the price is so undervalued right now. Now, when you look at it like this, like this, or even like this, like if we zoom in, because sometimes people zoom in. If you zoom in too much, you got to do what Coins can say. Look, he says, if in doubt, zoom out. We go, right, let's zoom out. We go, this is still too close. This is still too close because it's only been, I think it was, when was this? This was like September, August, right? So it hasn't been out that long, Creator, right? And it's only been going sideways to down. And so what we need to zoom out like this, right? And then understand what's coming on the roadmap. November is a sexy roadmap for Creator because Launchpad, NFT marketplace, play to earn game launching on the Launchpad on the Creator platform, proof of concept, and they've got their next project launch, which is a DeFi yield aggregator. I think it is DeFi yield aggregator. I don't know if it's this month or next month, but they're going to focus on Dragonland first. So what's the lesson? The big money is not in the buying and selling, but in the waiting. Timing is everything. Timing, my friends, is everything. So there you have it. If you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, take my free Elliott Wave and Fibonacci masterclass. If you want to buy one of my courses, they're running at a discount at the moment. The prices are due to go up. I think they are because we're getting too many people. We get too many people joining our groups right now. We're like, okay, we need to maybe up the price a little bit because it's going a bit crazy in there. I think we've got like 155 people in the last I think it's only been like 4 weeks. And the channel's like, I appreciate you, by the way. Channel's like over nearly coming up to 7,000. But do follow me on Instagram. It's in the link below. I appreciate you following me on Instagram. We're only like on 138 followers on Instagram. But we're doing some quirky stuff and we just want to give you more value, and more value. So let's finish on a quote today. I think it's relevant, really relevant. It's from my book, The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity. Now, the reason I called it The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, to be totally honest, back when I wrote this was 2017. I was looking at equity crowdfunding and IPOs and young companies being able to IPO in a very unique way. But I write about crypto in here. There's a chapter where I write about crypto. This is when I was first kind of paying attention to crypto, but it applies perfectly to crypto because it's the extraordinary new venture capital opportunity, how to invest like a pro. And the lesson being is venture capital, I haven't read the quote yet, by the way. Venture capital is very exclusive. Like there's big firms with big money and they're looking to invest in big projects that have the potential to be a unicorn where one project can outperform the whole portfolio. So they're looking for big hits and they don't mind missing 6, 7, 8, 9 times as long as one hits. And that makes the portfolio really, really healthy. But what we are able to do now as you are able to do right now is be a retail venture capitalist, meaning you can get into these projects at IDO level or once they launched at a very young level, it's almost like seed level. And this is not normal because normally companies like for IPOs, initial public offerings with stocks, the company has to prove itself to a certain level and then be like 100 million, 200 million, and potentially $1 billion market cap before it can list as an IPO on the NASDAQ, on the New York Stock Exchange, on the FTSE 100, so on and so forth. It has to be much more mature and then you can buy in on the open market. But now for the first time, you are able to get into projects whilst they're still innovating. Like they haven't even launched the product yet. Yeah, that's what CrossSwap is. That's what CrossWallet is. That's what Creator is. Okay, they've got their minimal viable product, but they're early, they're young, they're babies, they're like seeds, and they haven't even sprouted yet. But they've got the potential to become giant oak trees. And if 1, 2, 3 out of your 10 in your portfolio become giant oak trees, and you have the sophistication to hold and have a more sophisticated, more mature exit strategy, that's how you get high probability financial freedom. So let's read the quote. Let's read the quote. Finish on this. Henry Ford, he says it nicely. It has been my observation that most people get ahead during the time that others waste. I don't watch the news. Nope, don't waste my time. I don't even watch other people's channels, to be totally honest, not much. Kind of maybe here and there just to kind of get a feel if I need to for what's happening in the markets other than what I'm seeing. But I go, I'm training. Like for instance, NFTs and play to earn right now is a big thing, right? And to be totally honest, it's new to me. I've only been really looking at it for the last 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, buying NFTs, flipping NFTs, staking NFTs, buying land, buying characters, even Axie Infinities, earning some SLP. But I'm a student to the game. So whilst people are maybe moaning and groaning about Jagear's price going up, price going down, I'm like, relax, man. Has it hit your exit one target? They go, I haven't set my exit one target. I go, well, you've already lost. I go, what's your trade plan say? What's your business plan say? Oh, I haven't got one. Or they say, I got one. I go, is it written down? They go, no. I go, well, then you haven't got one. It doesn't count. It only counts if you write it down. And I did a video recently where you can just set a price alert. I think I did it. Yeah, I said you can use CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, set a price alert for exit one. And then exit 2, exit 3, and exit 2 and 3 can be quite aggressive because once you're risk free, you can afford to be a lot more aggressive. So, by the way, I also do, I don't know if we're changing the structure though. We might be changing the structure. I'm having a meeting with my business manager over the next 3 days. We're getting together. He's coming from Ireland to the UK. Declan, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to spend 3 days just like thinking on how can we add more value to our private community, to you watching me on YouTube, wherever you are in your stage of your journey, because they're listening. We're listening. What's the common problems? And people at different levels, right? People are brand new and haven't even used the DEX yet, don't even know what a DEX is. And others are doing more sophisticated stuff, doing IDOs and everything else, and yield farming, etc. So we're trying to gauge on where can we add the most value. So yeah, if you got some ideas and go, Jagir, most value is down here, we just kind of think. Anyway, high probability financial freedom. Become a crypto millionaire is possible. This bull run, but you have to train. It doesn't come for free. Sweat, blood, and tears. I know it's more thinking, but it's mental blood, sweat, and tears. But you have to put in the work and you have to do your due diligence. If you don't, and you're playing blind, you've already lost. If you haven't got a plan and you don't know where your exit one is and you're buying, okay, you've already lost. You're an amateur. If you got your exit 1, 2, and 3, and you got a price alert and you got a plan written out, you're on another level. And you want to keep learning, keep growing, keep developing. All right. Have a good day. Have a great weekend. See you soon.